Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're building with the new pack, the Growing Together pack. And I will go on and tell you guys that there is a solid possibility that I will mess up and call this the Get Together pack more than once. I'm going to try really hard not to, but for some reason they're close enough together that my brain is not wanting to separate them. So I'm sorry if I do that. But anyway, we are building with the Growing Together pack today, and this is the first house that I built with the new pack. And so I decided to restrict it to base game and the new pack only, so it's kind of a limited build. And I just did that just because I wanted to kind of get a feel for all the new items and kind of see what it was like just building with this pack. And just get used to the new items that we got in the pack and all of that stuff. But I actually was kind of surprised because I finished up my second speed build with the pack just a minute ago. And I haven't done the voiceover for that, but I was still surprised at some stuff as I was building that. There was still a few items that I had not seen or noticed when I built this house. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to get used to stuff because of the base game update that came so close to this pack, because I didn't play the game in between the two. And so I'm still kind of confused as to what's base game and what's with the Growing Together pack because there's a lot of stuff. But anyway, before I get started talking about too much of that stuff, I do want to talk about the windows real quick, because the windows that we all love from this pack, the little one with the triangular top, they are kind of interesting to me because they ended up being kind of tricky to use. And I never thought that when they were showing the pack overview and stuff, and you see well, it was in the trailer, I think, that I saw these windows. That's when most of us saw them, I guess. But anyway, you see them and you think it's fine. It's just a normal window. Oh, how cool. We're going to be able to use these triangular windows. Everything's great. But it's kind of funny because when you actually start playing with them, they're a little bit tricky to use because of the way that the game won't let you place a window. Well, I mean, you can place it between two floors, but it doesn't show through like a window on both floors if you place it normally like that. And so you guys may have already seen this and figured it out and all of that. But I did see this short video that was kind of talking about a trick to get around that. And the ideal with that video, and I'll try to link it in the description box if I can find it again. But the ideal was that you kind of extend the roof eave out and then you lift the window up. And so it's technically on the floor underneath the roof. And so it's showing through like a window, and then when you lift it up, because the roof is placed one tile back and then you've just extended the eave, then it looks like it's see-through. That is a horrible explanation for that. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it doesn't really matter because that trick actually wasn't going to work for this house, because this house is a little bit wider. Like the area that I wanted to use these windows on weren't the same size as the windows. There's a little bit of extra wall around it. And so I did try that trick, but it didn't work because I would have had a bunch of empty spaces out beside the window. So I didn't feel like that could work, but I found a different way to work around it if you guys are interested. But you do have to have the tool mod. Okay, so what I ended up doing was you place the roof, well, you place the house exactly the way you want to. And you guys could see this, it's just already happened, it just went by really fast. But you place the windows that you want to use, you place it up on top of the roof wall so that it's see-through on that wall. Then, if you have the tool mod, you're going to take the tool mod and you're going to elevate it downwards. So you're going to push it down to where you want it to be. So then it's see-through on the roof piece, but then the floor underneath it, you're going to be seeing the siding of the house and it's not working. But then you take a second window, the exact same window, and you put it on the second floor and you move it up with the, whichever way you want to move it up, with the move objects or tool or whichever. And so you move it up to where it's in the exact same place as the first window. Now it's see-through on both floors, but it's glitching really bad. If you guys are builders, then you probably already knew that it was going to be a terrible glitch. But what I ended up doing to get rid of that is that I grabbed the tool mod again. I clicked on one of the windows. I don't think it really matters which, but you click on one of the windows and you just move it ever so slightly forward until it stops glitching, which is not very far. And so it's not like it's hanging off the house really far away from it or anything like that. You guys can see, that's how I did this on this house. And so you can't tell that it's moved forward at all, but it's moved forward just enough to stop that really, really bad visual glitch. But I was so proud of that trick. So I hope that helps you guys if you guys use T.O.O.L and you have run into that problem. Because I feel like as amazing as those windows are, they aren't as useful as they appeared to be at first when you kind of get into the fact that you have to have a pretty massive roof if you want to use it just normally. Or I don't know if that's a problem anyone else has run into. I think it is because, like I said, I saw someone else trying to find a workaround for it. So I don't think it's just me. But I do have a tendency to just make things difficult when I'm building. So it may just be me. But anyway, hopefully that explanation makes sense to you guys. And like I said, maybe it'll help you if you ever wanted to use it in a different kind of space where you couldn't change the roof eaves and stuff like that. And I also realized after I got done building this house, when I was thinking about it, I realized that I could have just scaled one of the windows down to like nothing, like you just scale it down to 0, and it probably would have had the same effect. I'm pretty sure it would have had the same effect because I think that's kind of what I had to do with my heart reflection house. So yeah, you could just do that as well. You don't really have to move it. You could just scale it down to 0 and I think you would still be able to see through it. And you can see the wall, like not the wall, the flooring that's underneath the roof. You guys know how when we place the roofs, they have a piece of flooring underneath it. And I think if you use the glass roofs, that disappears. Not 100% sure about that, but I think that's right. But I didn't want to use the glass roofs with this build. And so you can see the flooring if you're looking for it, but I really don't think it's that noticeable. And for me to be able to use the windows, it was just worth it, you know? I don't think anyone's going to notice that unless you're actively looking for that kind of a glitch. It's not really a glitch, but it's just not my preference for how that would look. But yeah, I feel like I can see it and you guys probably can see it now that I've told you it's there. But let me know if you guys noticed it before I said that, because I'm hoping it's not way too noticeable. But anyway, that was a really long explanation for those windows because now we're pretty much done with the exterior of the house. So I'll actually try to chat about the house for a little bit. But this ended up being a 3-bedroom house. I think there's only 1 bathroom. I think I only ended up with 1 bathroom. But this is I want to say 30 by 20 lot. Not 100% sure about that. I have not gotten used to all the new lots and stuff with the new world. But I do know that this is one of the empty ones. Most of the lots that came with this world had something built on it. I was kind of surprised at that there wasn't as many empty lots that I feel like some of the other worlds have. But yeah, anyway, I just started out on one of these pretty much empty lots. It has a tree on it. It's not totally empty. It's kind of weird. It just has like a random tree. But yeah, that's what this one is. And I really like the world. Okay, it's not my favorite world. If you guys have seen my builds before, you know that I kind of like really coastal worlds like Sulani or Brindleton Bay. And so I'm not going to say it's like my favorite world. It's very suburban and that's probably not my typical style. I am going to try to build here for a while, so you guys will probably be seeing a lot of San Sequoia builds coming from me in the next few weeks, or yeah, weeks probably, because it takes me so long to build. You know what I like about it the most though is that unlike Willow Creek and Newcrest, it's kind of got a more suburban feel to me in the sense that it's got all these fences and it just has more of a neighborhood feel, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I looked around a little bit and it seems like it's more like areas that, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this is the right term, but this is always what I've heard these houses referred to as. But like garden homes, where you kind of have all these homes together in this area and it's like a little neighborhood and they're separated by these little fences. And it's usually a lot smaller, like areas, I guess, yards. In the game we would call it lots, but it's usually a lot smaller yards that are around the houses. But that's what this reminded me of, the way that the neighborhood kind of has these fences separating a lot of the houses and stuff like that. So, or it may be more in the background. To be honest, I haven't actually played a lot with the pack, and by a lot I mean at all. I haven't played at all other than play testing, so I don't really know about the neighborhood that much. I probably shouldn't even be talking about it. But anyway, I feel like basically what I'm trying to say is I feel like it looks more like what I think of when I think of a suburban area. I guess maybe a little bit more structured than Newcrest and Willow Creek, where everything's just kind of, you know, hanging out together. That probably doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we're on to the kitchen. And this house is a little cramped, okay? It's tight. It's a smaller house than I realized it was, and I was trying to kind of cram as much in it as possible, trying to get used to everything and just really make the most of the space. So I have the like parents' bedroom, I guess you could say, or grandparents, who however you're playing. But I have this main bedroom on this first floor. That's where the bathroom is, and the living room and kitchen. And I actually had taken a break from recording, and I forgot to start recording again, so you guys can kind of see the living room and the bathroom, just like a really quick overview. I don't think that's the first time I've done that. I clearly need to get better about that. But anyway, up on the second floor is the kids' rooms, and I just really shoved a lot of beds in there, to be honest. I tried to make a nursery because I haven't played since the base game update either. So I made a little nursery, but it's kind of, there's a lot going on up there. So you guys, you'll see it when we get there. But anyway, about the kitchen, because I didn't get to mention this, but I think that I had already seen some people say that we didn't get new cabinets with this pack, which is fine. I mean, I would have preferred to have new cabinets, but, you know, it's fine. I ended up just using some base game cabinets for this build. I think I said this already, but this is base game and growing together, like restricted build. I think I said that. I don't know. But the one thing that I don't like about the kitchen stuff that came with the growing together pack is the refrigerator. I just don't like it. But I was thinking about it earlier, and honestly, it's got to be kind of hard to keep coming up with like new refrigerator designs, to be honest, as far as like modern refrigerators and stuff. I feel like they've kind of covered all of that for us lately, so it's probably just me, but I just am not a huge fan of the refrigerator. I don't know if I will ever use that refrigerator. Honestly, to me, it looks more like a cottage kind of situation. Like I would use it if I was doing a really woodsy themed build, like out in the forest or a cottage or something like that. I don't know, to me it doesn't kind of fit in with everything else. But I had seen a lot of people say that this wasn't a great pack for builders. It was more of a gameplay pack, and I get that. I was really excited anyway because I always like getting new stuff, and so I was really excited by the new objects, so it didn't really matter that much to me. I do feel like there's some stuff that I wish we had gotten, like the cabinets and, you know, stuff like that, that you just kind of wish would come with every pack. But I will say the one thing that did disappoint me quite a lot with this pack was the landscaping items. And I guess it's because you can kind of rely on the base game debug stuff or the base game landscaping to, you know, fit into this world. But I just feel like we should have gotten a few more options for the landscaping because there's not a lot. Even with the debug stuff, there is not a lot of options. And we got this one set of flowers that I'm not even sure if it's in the debug menu or just the regular menu, but we got this set of yellow flowers and they're so cute, but the only thing that's wrong with it is that that's the only color that it comes in. There's no other swatch, which was very disappointing to me because I don't think I use a lot of yellow when I'm building. But yeah, anyway, we're getting close to the end of this build, so I'll try to stop talking about all that. But basically, I kind of like the pack. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot more restricted packs because it is nice to be able to pull from, you know, the other packs and stuff that we have just to add a little bit more personality to the build and stuff. But it was a fun build to do. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really like the way the exterior of the house turned out. I actually had an inspiration picture for this build and I didn't show it to you guys because I'm just now realizing that I didn't mention it, but I saw it a couple of days before the pack came out and it was the perfect house to build for this pack. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this build. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. If you guys got the new pack, let me know what your thoughts are. How are you feeling about it? And all of that good stuff. But that's pretty much it for today's build. I hope you guys are all doing really, really well. And hopefully I will talk to you guys soon with another speed build.